Let's take a look at rounding to the nearest whole number, or seeing if a decimal, which decimal the whole number is closer to. So in this example, we're still using our 2800ths to see if it's closer to 0 or 1. So first we'll begin by using a number line. As you can see on the number line, on the left I have 0, and to the right I have 1. Okay, so we can think of this as 0 hundredths or 100 hundredths, because our decimal goes to the hundredths place. So therefore, our number line should represent what the decimal place value ends in. So think to yourself, what's halfway between 0 hundredths and 100 hundredths? And you would say, that is 50 hundredths, or a half. Well, that's correct. So what I'm going to do in the center of my number line, I'm going to put 50 hundredths, or I can say 0.5. Okay, and next one, I'm going to label some more benchmarks or reference points on my number line. So if I have 0 hundredths and this is 50 hundredths, what's halfway between 0 and 50? Well, if you know your quarters, okay, you know that 25 hundredths is between 0 and 50 hundredths. So I'm going to put a benchmark here as 0. My 0 go? 0.25. As you can see, we have increments of 25 hundredths now. I have 0 hundredths, 25 hundredths, 50 hundredths, and what can I put as my next increment of 25? That's right, 75 hundredths. Now on the number line, we get a good point where for 28 hundredths will be. Okay, I know 28 hundredths is greater than 25 hundredths, but not by a whole lot. So I'm going to place a mark pretty close to the right of the 25 hundredths, maybe about here, and that's going to be where 28 hundredths is. Okay, now, is 28 hundredths closer to 0 or closer to 1? Well, I know the halfway point at 5/10, and I'm to the left of the halfway point, so 0.28 would be closer to 0 than it would be to 1. In order to be closer to 1, it has to be greater than 50 hundredths. So 51 hundredths or higher would be closer to 1. And now we can use a hundredths grid to identify the same question, to answer the same question. Is 28 hundredths closer to 0 or to 1? So below I have shaded the hundredths grid. I've shaded 28 hundredths. So let's think, what is half of 28 hundredths? Well, half of 28 hundredths, we said earlier, is 50 hundredths. I'm going to put a line right down the center of this hundredths grid where 50 hundredths would be. If it's shaded to the left of 50 hundredths, it's going to be closer to 0. If it's shaded more than half, it'll be closer to 1. So as you can see, both of these models show us the same answer, that 28 hundredths is closer to 0 than it is to 1.